My name is Mr. Van Savan. I was born February 24th, 1978, in the country of Laos. Moved to the United States in 1981 with my grandparents and my older brother. We lived there for a few years and then we relocated to the East Coast in the city of Providence. And that's where I grew up most of my juvenile years. Growing up, we didn't have much. My grandfather was the only one that was working a full-time job taking care of all four of us. My brother was a straight-A student, and I was the one that was always getting in trouble. Growing up, I put a lot of stress on my grandparents. Started the life of crime at an early age. Shoplifting, stealing cars, radios. I don't know what it was, it's just the excitement that just turns me on. I love getting in trouble. I love the adventure. I love the mischief. Growing up, I didn't care much about being a teacher or a lawyer or a cop or a firefighter. I always wanted to be a gangster. I remember it very clearly. Growing up, got into a lot of trouble. Went to jail a few times. Shoplifting, assaults. My life wasn't always like what it is now. It was rough. Growing up, fighting a lot with the blacks, the whites, Spanish. By the age of 12, and eventually I joined the gang. I've always been around the presence of gangsters ever since an early age, 9, 10 years old. But I wasn't fully active in it until the age of 13. Caught a first-degree murder case at the age of 14. Got sentenced to 10 years in 1992 for first-degree murder. I spent most of my teenage years growing up in a juvenile correctional facility. Unlike all the other kids, they graduated school, went to driver's ed, went to prom. I spent most of my days in my room in a cell, working out, read a book at times, or just look out the window and watch the clouds go by. Eventually, I was released at the age of 21 and moved out here to the state of Minnesota. My dad lived out here at the time, so I just thought I came out here and take advantage of the opportunity of living in another state, starting over, trying to get closer to my dad. I don't know what it was, but during the time that we was together, we just never got along. Maybe because I was never used to him. I'm 21 now, and I left him at the age of 3. Lived with my grandparents since then. And it was awkward to try to call him dad when I'm used to calling my grandparents mom and dad. So we bumped heads a lot of times. I came out here wanting to start a new life, but somehow I ended up doing those same things. I met my other cousins that lived out here, and they were in gangs. And you know what? It just felt like home. Coming out here, I thought I was gonna start over and be a better person. But somehow I just fell back into the same lifestyle. I just can't be around normal people. I grew up among so many criminals and gangsters and drug dealers. It's like that's all I'm used to. No matter how hard I try to do good, it's like that life wasn't for me. And eventually I went back into prison. I had a felony warrant for my arrest in the state of Minnesota. I did 2.5 years in Stillwater State Penitentiary. Came home. And shortly after that, I had a son, Camden Van Savan. I named him after my block, my school, my neighborhood. After coming home, I stayed out of trouble for a while. Found me a job working construction. I ended up moving out and living on my own, but it seems like money was never enough. Even though I made good money doing construction, but going out and drinking and doing the stuff that I like, it was never gonna be enough. So I got into selling drugs. I had the guns, the car, the money. I even had another child. I had a daughter. Her name was Kylie. At that time, everything was going so smooth, I didn't think that I could never get caught. I did a total of about 11 years altogether. But for some reason, out of all the times I did in prison, 7 the first time, 2.5 the second time, this last time was for 1.5 years. It was the hardest. I had kids this last time. I guess you could say that was the lowest part of my life, was not being able to do for my kids, being helpless when they need me, not being there for them when they're crying, to hold them, play a major part in their life. I wasn't there, and that was my lowest part. I cherish those who are honest, loyal, and humble. No matter how much fame they get, they always still the same. That same person that you know before, still that same person now. Those that keep it 100, those are who I cherish. And I keep on the team. MWM is about unity and strength. It's about bringing the best out of the Midwest. For a long time, we've been underrated. We've been the underdogs. The East Coast and the West Coast to get all the recognition for everything. In the Midwest, we just been slept on. I feel like we just as good as the rest of them. Midwest Monster started with just $1 and a dream. A lot of people doubted it. A lot of people laughed at it. But you know what? It was all good, you know. I believed in myself. I always wanted to do like a little t-shirt thing. It was just to see some people wear it, some of my friends, and just to have the enjoyment of just be like, that's my shirt. But somehow, somewhere, some way, it grew way beyond my expectation. When I use the word monster, it's not into reference to my name. Because at that time, a lot of people been using the word beast. Like, I'm a beast at this, I'm a beast at that. But you know what? I'm a monster. We a monster. And the monster is a greater version of a beast. We Midwest monsters. Now when I say I'm a monster, you could be a monster in anything. You could be a mechanic and you a monster. You could be a barber and you a monster. A monster in this rap game, a monster in anything you do. And we from the Midwest. We Midwest monsters. Before I started Midwest Monster, I seen a lot of other clothing lines months before I started this thing. And I learned from them. I mean, they got stuff that look good online and it's pretty fancy. But when you have the people that wants to support you and they don't have means and ways to show that they support, you know what? It's just gonna last for so long. At that time, Dopery was on fire and they motivated me a lot. But you know what? If I'm gonna do something like this, I'm gonna make sure I have supplies for my supporters. So I took an investment in myself and I took out $3,500 of my own money and had inventory. And I invested in myself, and a bunch of inventory left over I gave out to the public, just to know that we're here now. I owe a lot of my success to my neighborhood, old friends, childhood friends, and everyone that I ever crossed paths with. It showed me that I made an impact in their life, that they just want to support me right back. And it was just like a snowball effect, a chain reaction where everybody just caught on, and it's been on since one. And picked up like a forest fire. It's crazy. Once I saw the impact I made with the homies in the East Coast, down South, Midwest, West Coast, everybody throwing up Midwest all around the world, I'm like, man, it's crazy. People are really supporting me and feeling this thing. I'm getting friend requests from left and right. Every day I'm waking up, I got orders. People want shirts, sweaters, tank tops, man. I made an impact in all these people's lives, and I just can't let them down. This movement grew so big, and I apologize to all supporters. They're listening. I get hundreds and hundreds of requests and orders every day, and it's hard for me to reply to every single one of them. That's when I know how serious this thing is. And it gotten so big that I can't even do it on my own anymore. I need help. And out of all this, I made good relationships with people. Met a lot of people that want to help with the movement. It's real positive. And Midwest Monster, we're open for everybody. Anybody that can play a role in the movement, we're more than welcome to have you on the team. We can always use everybody for anything, for this movement to be better, to be stronger. In the beginning, the obstacle I had to go through was just trying to establish myself. Ain't nobody knew what a MWM was, a Midwest Monster. All everybody was screaming at the time was, Dopery this, Dopery that. I even had a friend come up to me and was like, are you going up against Dopery? And in my mind at the time, I was like, dude, are you fucking serious? I was hungry at the time, and you know what? I don't care who the hell they was. I'm gonna get mine. I have a passion for this. I believe in what I'm doing. If I didn't believe in what I was doing, I wouldn't get that tatted on my hand the second day I started this thing. after I got that inked up, it's been on since then, and it ain't stopping yet. We've been going on strong now for about 5-6 months, and it just gets bigger every day. And I owe it all to our supporters. We can't do it without y'all. Yeah, I believe in this thing since day one, and I never want to let y'all down. So I continue to go harder and harder. If somebody want to come up next and try to do a clothing line, man, they better come with the A game, because I'm like 10 steps ahead of them. You know what I mean? 10 fucking steps, for real. At the end of the day, I'm not trying to kill nobody, get rich off this shit. I just want to be remembered as a person that did something different, a real dude, a great father and a good friend. I want to be remembered as Monster, my nigga. While doing my shows, man, the only thing that running through my mind is just giving a good performance to our supporters. Like I said, I don't want to let y'all down. But you know what? It's like, at the end of the show, they always come up to me and say, Monster, man, hey, man, we had a great time. You know, it always brings me a wonderful feeling to know that I delivered what y'all expected. And that's always a great feeling for me, to know that y'all enjoyed yourself coming out. My supporters is my motivation. We grow every day. And the more I see people that support it, the more people that wears the attire, the more people that is with the movement, I can't stop now. I gotta keep that torch lit for everyone in the Midwest. We the voice of the Midwest. And right now, we have everybody's attention. And right now, it's our time.